Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.
We have so many touristic attractions in Nigeria, ranging from the Mambila Plateau to the Yankari Game Reserve, to the Budukatu Range, to Tinapa, to so many areas that we're not even conscious of. I mean, in my state alone, we have a lot of tourist attraction that could bring in huge revenue if we are serious about maintaining those sites. Go to Badagry, the slave port, you see a lot of relics of histories and archaeology. You'll find history written in its best and purest form by way of preservation. So we are not putting a lot of premium on tourism because we have oil and we have other natural resources. So that there are countries that have no resources like we do, but they use and maximize it. Israel, for example, protected Bible sites. Okay, put them together and made them, visible to the entire world. So a lot of people go there, and a lot of money, revenue come in as a result of that. So we exploit that. We said this time again and again that if we devote our time to, publicize our touristic endeavors, the sites, the areas, the communities, and the rest of that. We have a Ministry of Art and Culture in Nigeria that is, entrusted with the responsibility to make our touristic endeavor attractive and visible to the world at large. But ostensibly, they have failed in making sure that we brand these areas of our public sector and our life. Tourism and culture goes hand in hand. Okay, we can do a lot from tourism in Nigeria if the Benin Kingdom, for example, have very powerful relics of traditional and cultural reservoirs. A lot of stories are locked in those carvings, okay, those sculptures all over that state. From there you go to other states, you have the same thing. We have our traditional rulers as the custodians of these touristic sites and all that. So what can we do to boost it? Now we don't have to labor too much because of the internet. All we need to do is to go to these sites, employ writers. Let's say bring like 500 writers across the country to visit each of these sites and write about it and publish it online. If you do that in the space of 3 months or 6 months, we would have written our entire cultural outlook, our entire touristic outlook, and put them out there on the internet. The major problem in tourism in Nigeria is that we are not advertising enough. We're not advertising what we have enough. That's one. Two, we are not funding the visibility of those tourist attractions. We're not. Three, we're not maintaining those sites. We see it like maybe old people's endeavor. We're not maintaining those sites. And most of our artifacts that were taken away to other countries, the federal government made several efforts to bring them back. So many have been brought back. So many are still away. You understand? That ministry need to answer that question. Because we are not taking it serious, because we feel it's not oil money, it's not gold money and all that. But there's a huge revenue is locked there. So we need to get more responsible and responsive to that area, invest more in it, okay? Get our universities to do more research on them, publish about them, create visuals, videos, make movies around them, okay? Write stories around them, then promote these stories, promote these movies alongside our tourist attraction and our cultural heritage. In doing that, it will go a long way, to bring tourists into the country, and then work on insecurity. Insecurity is, almost like you cannot do anything under insecurity. You understand? So we need to work on that. Once we keep our country safe, and we have political stability, economic stability in a way. I mean, a private individual cannot wholesomely, solve the problem. You can only solve it to a point, to a location, you are limited. But if the government take it as a point of duty, okay, to invest, gather those who have interest in tourism, okay, empower them to go develop sites, you understand? Then we're going to have a huge turnover, okay, in terms of return on investment in that area. If we push forth and ensure that every space, everywhere you have artifacts, everywhere you have mysteries, like in Delta State, the Ethiope River, the source is from just a pool, the stem of a tree, the root of a tree. That's where it pulls from, and it goes all over the world. So when we have all that, we'll protect them, sell them properly, publish about them, and then before you know it, we're there, and that's just what it is.
Okay, lastly, what's the economic benefits?
The economic benefit is that it brings tourists into the country, and when they come, they will sleep in hotels. Those hotels, people work in those hotels. Those ones will be paid. Those who work in those hotels have dependents. They pay school fees. It's a value chain. The school benefits, the hotel benefits, those who are selling food benefit, and at the end of the day, you see that that area is exposed. And much more than that, the place is also, photograph is taken and all that. It becomes a public site. From there, the world gets to know about that place and what exists there.
All right, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.